Hi, my name is Jim Davis of Jumping Jim Flash Photography, and welcome to my online tutorials designed to get you out there taking better pictures. The first subject we're going to cover is panning. Today it's going to be doing action photography and mountain biking and riding through this berm. So the first shots we're going to do are of Joyce riding through the scene here. I'm going to use a bit of flash, but I'm not going to pan. I'm going to show you the results of what happens when you just keep the camera steady. Go for it, Joyce. Okay, so as you've seen from the picture there, Joyce is kind of moving through the scene. He's got a bit blurred, the background very still and looks a bit boring. The next shot, we're going to use a bit of panning but without flash, and then we'll show you the results of that. So there, that's a bit better. There's more movement in the shot. It's a bit more interesting and looks a bit more lively. However, the rider isn't really frozen. We want him to look quite frozen. We want the background to be blurred, but the rider to be quite sharp. So in the next shot, we're going to use a bit of flash. Ooh. So as you can see from that shot, it's a lot better. The rider's a lot sharper, the background's nice and blurred, there's a bit of colour going on. It's just a much more vibrant, active shot, and it's the effect that we were looking for. Other options we can go for now is a bit of off-camera flash with panning to give it a slightly different effect. If the flash is hitting the rider head on, it's going to look a bit more like a studio lighting. It could be a bit more of a balanced shot instead of just a straight-on flash. So that's the next step. So as the rider's going to be approaching through the berm here, I'm going to be shooting from here, getting the first flash kind of on the side, and I also want some highlights shooting into the rider's face. So we're going to place the flash now so it's shooting right in towards the rider there, and like I say, hopefully giving some nice highlights and a very balanced, even lighting setup. And as the rider comes through, my flash is now going to hit the sensor and trigger this one at exactly the same time. Okay, so now our flashes are set up. My camera flash is set up onto master mode or commander mode, and my remote flash there is ready to go. All we need now is a rider. So yeah, a lot better. We've got a lot more going on in the shot. The rider has got side lighting and front lighting, which makes it a bit more three-dimensional. So with the panning shot, a handy tip is to make sure you pre-focus where the subject's going to be. For me, I know my rider's going to be riding straight through this berm here, and I can find out the focus point. So what I'll do is I'll focus on the area and half press the shutter. I'm going to keep that half pressed now until the rider passes through the scene. This way it keeps the tracking, and I don't need to worry about the focus searching for the rider as he's coming through. Okay. Tip 1 is going to be doing with positioning. You need to have a nice clear area for you to move around. You don't want to be impeded by any objects or anything in your field of view that's going to get in the way of the shot. So you just want to make sure you have free movement and the camera can move with you. Tip 2 is to do with your settings. You need to have your shutter speed set to about, for me, my subject, I'm using 60th of a second, which gives me a little bit of a blur in the shot, but still enough when the flash is fired, it highlights it and the background still, you know, make out what it is, but it's nicely blurred. Tip 3 is to do with a good smooth pan. When you're actually taking the picture, you want to keep following the subject, moving all the way around with it nice and smoothly in one fluid motion, but even after you've taken the picture, you want to keep following the subject so your background's nicely blurred and you don't have a very sudden stop in the actual picture. Tip 4 is to do with off-camera flash and lighting. Today we're going to be using an off-camera flash shining right into the rider's face, so it gives a very nice kind of balanced lighting effect with the combination of the on-camera flash. And tip 5 is to get out there and experiment. Change your lenses, change your flashes, get up high, get down low, get into trees, get in the way of the rider, do whatever you want, but just get out there and experiment and have some fun. So now we're going to concentrate on different angles and experimenting, changing lenses. As you'll see, I've gone for my fisheye now. It's 10.5mm, so it's super wide angle. And it's going to be very interesting. With these sort of lenses, you want to get in nice and close to the subject because it, you know, it just brings a bit more impact. If you're too far away with the wide angle, you kind of lose the subject. It's a bit small and it's not very interesting. I would say be careful you're not going to hit your nice expensive lens on your subject's head, because cameras aren't cheap. Okay. So, as you've seen with that shot, it's nice and vivid, it's got a lot of impact and it works nicely. The next lens we're going to go for is a nice long lens. Okay. So you can see from the shot, we've done a nice pan shot there with a nice long zoom lens as well. It's not a shot that you could normally do without an off-camera flash, as the subject and the foreground and the background are all blurred together. However, if you have a nice strong light source shining on the subject, it really brings them out into the shot and grabs your attention. As you've seen from those shots, again, they add a different sort of impact to the picture, a different angle, and it's just good for experimenting. Right, next one we'll try again is with our wide angle lens, fisheye. We're going to do nice down, nice and low, and also up high as well. This, again, just different angles and just playing around with it and just having fun with it, really. Great thing about digital is you can just look on the back of the camera and see if it works or not. If it doesn't, try and change it. If you don't think it's a good shot, move on. Okay. It does give a different angle and a different view. Not the strongest picture of the day. The way you could possibly change this would be to get a flash kind of really shooting up under into it, and maybe one on the top as well, just to give a bit more balanced lighting. So thanks for watching our online tutorial today. I hope you enjoyed it and hope you found it useful, and hopefully see you on the next one.